Rodeo Notes.
Hey y'all.
I am half of your host, Chanel.
I am the other half. I'm Kris.
And y'all, I think we last spoke to y'all end of August. It's been a bit of a learning curve, a little journey, trying to get the tech situation down. So forgive us because we have footage, but it's not footage that could be released. It's given wonky
Yeah.
and
So
echoey and
if we uploaded the stuff that we recorded that turned out wonky, y'all would not come back. Y'all would not. Y'all would be like, oh,
subscribe.
so they're playing. They're playing with my time. That's why. Yeah. So
Right.
this is our. This will be our third time trying to
Trying to
do
record
the
episode 2.
second episode. um. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, since we have over the past two times in recording this episode have kind of talked about more heavier, more nuanced conversations. And one of those conversations we actually had like 24 hours ago before we realized that that footage is not usable. So we decided that we would just honestly keep it kind of chill this time. Just because boundaries, morale. Yeah, so
Cool.
it's like I don't think I can give any more nuanced discussion just for it to not be able to be used. Like I can't do
Right.
that again. So
At this point, yeah. I mean, we have like literally 3 hours of us pouring our souls out, and it's not gonna make it to the public. So at this point, we gonna tread lightly. We're
right.
gonna tread lightly.
I was so annoyed because I feel like yesterday's recording was so like, oh, perfect.
Yeah, it was really good. I'm like actually annoyed.
That whatever. Okay. Well, like Chanel said, y'all, welcome back. So today is going to be more of a chit chatty episode, just more of a ketchup and mustard, a catch up,
Eh,
um, and just a conversation with the girls. So, one of the things that we actually have on our talking list, our talking points, is explaining our little hiatus. So, as we just explained, it's just not been our month. But besides the podcast recording not going the way we would like, obviously we've been doing more than that since August. So we just want to like update you guys on just what's been going on since you last heard from us August 31st, I think it is. So do you want to like just tell us what's been going on with you, Chanel?
yeah, I can start. Y'all have a headphone in, and I'm trying not to hang up, y'all, but I mean, everyone's probably experienced this who has used a headphone. Like, you ever feel like your ear hole, like, as you talk, it's like closing and pushing the air thing out? I'm like, hello, like, what is the technology doing? Why is it not just holding itself in?
I'm like,
Um,
is my ear made of oil? Like why is it slipping out?
right. I'm like, and then I hate when I have this issue, my ear will start itching, like when I
Mm.
have a earphone in. Um, so let's see, August 31st, few things have transpired. I went from one job to three jobs.
It's a big update.
um, I started like massaging, and it's been a doozy, like physically, obviously, because it's a lot on your body. But it's been nice because one of my jobs, I do a lot of like prenatal and like postpartum massages, and it's nice connecting with moms. Um, like I feel like there are so many aspects of birth work, and a lot of people are like, oh, like I'm in this because I love babies, and no one's ever really like, I'm in this because like I love moms,
Right.
right? And I've learned that about myself, like even after kind of being by my sister's side while she had her two kids, it was a very transformative experience for me as a sister. Um, I like gained a new level of like respect for her, but I was just really like, oh my God, like this is crazy because you don't just give birth to a baby, you give birth to a mother, right? Like you give birth to this new version of you. Um, and I had a woman I massaged. about a week ago, and she was postpartum. Like, baby just recently got home from the NICU, and when I tell you, once baby hit my table, she was out. Like, she looked like Jesus on the cross. Like, sis had her arms hanging, and she was like, "Listen, like I give it to God." Like, she was out. And I like made an experience. I like turned that light off. Like, I had the music going. Like, I like if like she was out, like I could hear her sleeping.
Hmm.
Um, and I was just thinking like, you deserve this. You know what I mean? Like, for her, like she deserves this. She just had a whole baby. Like, she was kind of saying like she's adjusting to the baby being home and stuff like that. So I've been like learning a bit about myself, and like what I'm into. Um, I've been these past 2 weeks, well, weekends, I actually like kind of like ventured out and did something. It was like a food truck rodeo or something, but I was like, I should actually make an effort to explore my city because I don't. Um, I'm just like, meh, like I'm just here. I work. I want to be in the house that I pay an arm and a leg and a neck for. But it's nice to kind of like go out to like events that's happening, even if it's not in your city, a neighboring city. I was in Durham, which is like fake next door. Um, and I was like, this is nice. Like, I should start to make more of an effort to see what's happening in my community and like participate in it. I've been actively trying to find like a volunteer opportunity because working with my therapist, I realized like a lot of my goals and my thoughts revolve around career and money and working. And so when asked questions that are about personal development, personal growth, personal interest, I'm like, oh, like I am a person outside of that, right? Like, and don't get me wrong, to a certain extent, like money is required to also like explore, right? When you're focused on like survival, like you don't really have that room. Um, so sometimes like having money kind of helps with like paying for you doing other experiences and like getting out of your house. So that's really been my last few weeks. It's been navigating like working, um, navigating personal, just trying to figure out like what Chanel likes, what she wants to engage in, what she doesn't want to engage in, and trying not to like be overwhelmed by it all. You know, I'm
Hmm.
like CEO of like doing all the work at the same time.
Right.
I'm like, okay, I need to be working out. I need to be eating right. I need to be making sure like I'm maintaining friendships and making new friends and returning text messages and resting when it's time to rest and that's how I shut down and burn out.
Right.
So I've just been trying to be present, but also like be quiet. And I say that in the sense of like recognizing when like my head is too loud and I'm doing honestly too fucking much. And like sitting down and be like, okay, like not too much. Let's see what's what.
Mhm.
So that's been my last few weeks. What about yours?
So let me look at the calendar because I am a
Yeah.
visual person. So yeah, when we uploaded the first episode on the 31st, that was a Wednesday. And so I had been back in the apartment that I also pay a lot of money for and have not been staying in. I've been there for about a week and I have been doing pretty well. For context, y'all, I moved from Raleigh to Charlotte early this summer, technically still spring. Um, and it was quite a transition. And I was barely here at all. And I was nervous coming back to Charlotte because I knew that I would probably not be going back to Raleigh anytime soon, or at least nowhere near as frequently as I had been, because I no longer really had a free place to stay since my boyfriend and I broke up, like a little before we recorded that first episode. That might be like a separate episode, but just for context, I was kind of worried about being here because I don't think I had stayed in Charlotte for more than 7 days straight, if that, like no more than 7 days straight. So I was concerned about that, but it's been pretty good. Not that the mental health has just like resolved itself, but it definitely hasn't been any worse just because I'm in Charlotte, which has been nice. Um, in line with what you were talking about, Chanel, about allowing yourself to be something besides the work you produce, whether that's for a job or internal work.
For
I
sure.
have also had this itch to get into something creative. And I've always been more of a creative person, at least as a kid, but I was more of a drawer, that kind of thing. And drawing takes a lot of work, honestly. Not that the other arts don't take work, but when you pick up on it easily like I do, it's very easy for it to not become fun anymore. So I wanted something that I knew I was going to be bad at by default, but that also allowed me to really focus on what's in front of me and it be more therapeutic. So I went to a pottery class and that was really fun. I definitely want to do it again. It's just everyone and their mom wants to take pottery. I've been trying to get into a pottery class for since I think sometime since the pandemic started, at least a year. It's
Yeah.
so obnoxious. And the place that I went to won't have registration open until the new year. So y'all pray for me because it's rough out here. All I want to do is just knit and make my little pottery stuff. But that's that. Um, trying to think. I also have been playing around with my like mental health medication. I won't say like what the medications are exactly because I don't want anyone to like get any ideas and be like, "Oh, well Kris said it happened. This happened, so I want to do it." No, y'all. Like, nope.
Y'all
Um,
told me.
so I started one new medication for my anxiety, and long story short, I'm stopping that today. But one I'd been on for a little minute and just went up on that, and the mood has been better. However, for a while, on and off throughout the month, my appetite has been shot. So that's it has been annoying. Like I'll eat at some point, but it's still kind of like, ooh, I hope I'm not doing too much damage to my body. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm trying to think if there are any other major things. I've also been just trying to cope with the fact that summer is over and coming to a close. I think does summer end on when does fall start? Is it on the 20th or the 21st?
Tomorrow, I
Fall's
think. I
so
think it starts tomorrow, September 20th.
cool. So most of this month has just been me saying goodbye to the summer. We're in North Carolina, so the summer is still going to be here at least for another month.
Very much like 84 today
Yeah,
on the
it,
19th.
yeah, the heat is not going anywhere, but the vibes are. Um,
Fair.
so that kind of segues into something else that I wanted to talk about was just how the summer has been for you, as well as how transitioning out of summer and into fall has been. So three things. Going into summer, how like was that transition? Like any hopes, expectations, excitement? How was the actual summer? And then as we come to quarter four of 2022, like how are we feeling?
Okay. So it's weird because summer for me don't hit the same like as an adult.
Hmm.
And also like again, I'm from New York City. So I feel like down here most of the year feels summery anyway.
Mm.
Um, like the seasons don't feel as distinct. So like I don't know if I would say like I look forward to summer. Like when summer's coming, I'm like, oh my God, like summertime. Like I feel like it was different like when you were like younger and like summer like meant like okay, like absence of work and an openness to fun, right? But like the way I work every day, damn near. So I'm just like, I think let me see, when does summer start? What month?
June.
Okay, fair. Um,
I think June 21st.
so in in May, I started my work from home job.
Hmm.
And this was my first like work from home job. So I was hyped because I was like, yes, like I don't gotta be paying like high ass gas prices. I'm gonna be in my crib, like I'm gonna be able to watch Living Single and be working, like you know the vibes. So I started that in May. Um and it was okay. It was okay. I moved into my apartment. This is not my first apartment, but I moved into the apartment that I'm in now in the beginning of June. And I was like, yes, like I'm gonna be working out, I'm gonna be decorating. Um, I was like, I'm gonna be like just like enjoying myself. Do I feel like the summer went that way? Eh. I mean, I'm in the apartment. I have a few pictures up, but I partially think summer is just like not my season. Like some people are like summer babies, like summer is their season.
Hmm.
I'm a winter baby. I'm a Sag, but I wouldn't say winter is my season. I think fall is more my season because it's a transitional like season.
Hmm.
And I just love transitions. I love a good transition, y'all. Like the way I am always working with a transitioning population normally, like I mean, with massage I'm doing it now, but like prior I've been a pre-K teacher, I've been a caretaker for like elderly, I've worked with like high school seniors on the cusp of like college freshmen. Like I just gravitate toward a good transitional period. I can't help myself. So fall is really my season. Um, and then what annoys me about summer, like if you a hairy babe, summer stresses you out because it's hot and you want to be skin out, but the hair removal, bro. Like you're just like, bro. Like my sister, be like, oh, you want to come to the pool? Like, baby, I needed 4 business days, and you know that. And you know that. I am not a pop up at the pool kind of hoe. Like, I need ample notice. Okay? I need to be able to heat my wax up, get my new razor. Like, babe, like, no. So for that reason, me and Summer kind of beef a little bit, but I know it was a loaded question, so I'm trying to like address all the pieces. I'm excited for fall. I know this is kind of like the final quarter. We have about a few more months. Um, my sister and I are actually trying to plan like a Halloween party, which is gonna be cute, like for like the weekend before Halloween. So I'm looking forward to that. But also just like I love fall decorations. Will I decorate my apartment? Probably not. Like I wish I had interior design as just an innate skill. Some people just know how to decorate their apartments. Like you feel like you walk into like a staged house. And
Right.
they're like, well, I just threw this together. And you're like, babe, like this is like Bravo. This is like, what are you talking? This is given HGTV. Like, what are you talking about? So I don't have that skill. However, I do like to think that I'm capable of throwing something together.
Hmm.
Fall, I also kind of like the weather where it's cooling down. I love going for like walks, like walking on the trails and stuff. So I started back up like walking by the lake, which I've been enjoying. Because it's not like stifling hot and you're about to die. It's like the perfect temperature. There's a breeze. You throw on your leggings, you throw on your cap, you put on your beats, you go. So I've been excited about that. Just overall, like sweaters, like cozy feels. I am always cold. It's funny because Kris was talking about like not. I'm always like Kris. If you come to Raleigh, you can stay in my place. But also, Kris knows I keep my place at like 75, and Kris keeps her place at like 62 degrees. And
It's
like,
68.
when, I'm always like, okay, when you come, I can turn it down. But like the way I will be like wrapped up like an actual mummy, like I just am always cold. Like I need it toasty. Like right now, my thermostat is off. Y'all. It's like 78 in here.
Mm.
And you see me, mind you, we didn't mean to match. We just ended up like matching. It's the vibe. But I'm looking forward to the last quarter, finishing it off strong. Hopefully, like I always like this period too because it's close to my birthday. And although I'm somebody who kind of gets like weepy around my birthday,
Same.
my birthday is a few weeks before the new year. So I'm like, okay, like I'm not only setting goals for my next age, the next year of life for myself, my next solar spin, where I'm gonna be 28. But I'm also like, it's about to be 2023, right? So while they can overlap, normally I'm just like okay, reflecting of like, what have you done this year? Like, what do you want to change? Like, what do you want next year to look like? I ideally do not want to go into next year with juggling the three jobs that I have now. Because I think everybody's goal, I mean, maybe not, let me not speak for all you bitches, but my goal is to work less and make more so I have more time to enjoy the life that I have, right? To see my friends. So, and like, I work on weekends. Um, so like see my friends, it's like a cute little road trip. Like that's stuff I want to do. So I really want to free up my time to like enjoy. So I always kind of like toward the end of the year, I kind of start to get in that mode of like reflecting and like making resolutions and like writing more, like not like writing, but I'm more like a to-do list where I'm like, okay, like what do I want to get done before this year is up? Like, um, what do I want to get done next year? Like, what things do I want to change about myself or like my look or like my closet? Like, I get very much like, we got to flip this bitch upside down. So that's kind of like my, how I process like with the new quarter coming, fall being here. I'm looking forward to it, honestly. Like, I like this time. The bugs are kind of going away,
True.
like I could sit on my patio and not die. So I'm looking forward to it. I can't even lie.
Hmm.
How about you?
So technically I am a spring baby, but down south, summer starts before June. Um, like by the time it's June, it's been summer for a while. So I still kind
Yeah,
of consider myself an honorary summer baby. Just because I'm born maybe like 3 weeks before the start of the summer, maybe
right.
something around there. So leading up to the summer, typically I just get so excited, and unlike Chanel, I'm not into the fall winter kind of thing. Like I don't I'm gonna sound like the Grinch, but I'm honestly getting kind of tired of the holidays. I'm just like I from October to April, it's holiday season. I mean,
Yeah,
nothing really going on in September really, but it's still kind of like, oh, we're getting into that. People are talking about pumpkins and all this other stuff.
right.
October is Halloween, then Thanksgiving, then Christmas, then New Year's, then Valentine's Day, then Easter. I'm like, oh my God. So I also just get kind of excited because I feel like since there are not that many, since we're pretty much like done with like five something months of big celebrations, um, it feels like less pressure is there to be able to celebrate. Like with Halloween, the to-do list is I have to find a Halloween costume. I have to figure out what I'm doing for Halloween, Thanksgiving, where am I going? So without all of that, it's kind of nice to just not really have anything specific to look forward to in a month just because something is coming up. So there's that, but also I do not like cold weather. While I will keep it brick city in the apartment, I hate cold weather. Anything below 70 and I am like freezing goosebumps kind of girl. So by the time it's starting to get warm, I feel like a little flower that's just blooming. I can't even describe the feeling. It honestly just feels like it feels so great. But
Yeah,
usually I can't enjoy it because my allergies are terrible. So I kind of have to wait until mid-May to really start to enjoy being outside. And then by that point, spring is kind of over. It's pretty hot by then. Um, but I don't typically mind the heat. This climate change is kind of changing that opinion though. But yeah, usually going into summer, I'm super excited. Minus my birthday coming up, like you, I get kind of existential.
yeah,
But this year was a little different. I felt like so many things were going on in the spring that by the time summer got here kind of like by the time June got here, I felt like I had just blinked and we went from February to June. Just so much stuff was going on between March and June that it just didn't really seem like I was actually present and living it. So I didn't really get to experience looking forward to the summer. And I continued to go through transitions throughout the summer with moving and trying to manage a long distance relationship and transitioning to a new role and all this other stuff. And I don't know if I already said, but like transitioning to a new city, which is more than just like I had to get my apartment together, but also like I have to figure out what my routine is, well, like where my place is, where my roots are in this part of the world. And that's not always the easiest thing to do. So I felt like for the summer, just the same way spring felt like it just kind of went away. Summer was kind of the same. It didn't really feel like summer to me this year. Unlike spring, I knew summer was slipping away. It wasn't like I just blinked and summer was gone. It simultaneously felt like summer was both here and not here. I don't know how to explain it, but I didn't really enjoy the summer this year, and I knew that I wasn't enjoying it, which kind of upset me because I like warm weather. So I
Right.
really don't have anything to look forward to genuinely until the springtime. Um, and I say spring this time because I'm hoping that by that point, after the allergy shots that I will have been taking, I can enjoy the spring. But we'll see. But again, like I pretty much have to wait 6 months or so to really be looking forward to the warm weather. It's going to be warm here for a while, but I can't really look forward to it continue to being warm. It's going to start to cool down. So that's how the summer was for me. It just felt like it didn't really happen. But also, since like last year, I've just been dealing with self esteem just from body dysmorphia that I've been experiencing. And because I did not like the body that I was in, I didn't want to really be seen. So I didn't want to go to the pool. I didn't want to like do things. I just wanted to hide away. So I don't know. Definitely not a hot girl summer. It's sounding very much like sad girl summer. I'm very much in my frog era, but we're working on it. So that was the summer. Um, and around August, I was getting kind of anxious because I knew that we were getting towards the end of the year. And that always just makes me anxious because kind of like you, I will start thinking about, okay, what have I accomplished? What do I need to accomplish? And while that's like exciting for you, for me, that's like so stressful because I think, oh no, I haven't done anything. So I was feeling pretty anxious about the end of the summer and fall coming up. And I'm not entirely sure why outside of the just like the busyness that is September to December, but I'm not sure. I think it was more so just anxious because I felt even more pressure to really enjoy the summer and I knew that wasn't going to happen. But
Right.
yeah, so transitioning to fall, at least up till now, has been kind of weird. I don't really feel too anxious about it now because it's happening, but definitely another transition that was kind of rough for me. So yeah, not too exciting. I'm sorry, y'all. That was depressing, but yeah, I was like, now
I
we're at
should have.
least
I should have went second.
Um, so cool. So yeah, summer is coming to a close. I'm trying to think
Yeah.
if summer was really summering for anyone else because I've
Mm,
heard from a couple of people that it wasn't really giving summer this year.
no, it wasn't. It wasn't. Um, and it's interesting because I feel like with the vaccine coming out and like boosting, like people kind of was like ready. Like I'm gonna come outside with like a bang.
Hmm.
Um, and it's like we weren't coming outside with a bang. We were like, anybody out here?
Right.
Like what y'all doing? You know what I mean? Um, maybe next summer.
Yeah. That I in a way I have something to look forward to because since I kind of missed
Mm,
the summer, because the winter just did not happen for me either. I kind of have like a refresh where I'm like, okay, cool. I have extra time to get to next summer and be
right.
ready. But yeah, I just love summer so much. So I hate if it doesn't turn out the way I want it to, especially
Right?
from my summer last year. Y'all, my summer
Yeah.
last year was very much hot girl summer. Okay. I I'm a very existential person to begin with. And around my birthday, like I said, I get even more existential. Um, and so then I had my birthday and I was thinking, oh wow, I'm still really, really young. I'm gonna go live my life. And I went crazy. Um, so yeah, so I mean I was probably bound to be disappointed regardless because that summer was very unlike most of my summers. But yeah. So that was summer 2022, y'all. I feel like it was kind of lame. Um,
Yeah.
I feel like my summer in 2020 was more exciting than this summer. And I was that was when we were like dead in lockdown.
Yeah.
But so you kind of already mentioned that you do like the fall. Is that your favorite season?
I'd say fall is my favorite because again, like I don't like cold weather. So winter, like I hate being cold. I hate wearing like coats. It's funny because when I was in college, I went to college upstate New York. It's freezing for most of the year there. I would literally come into class and I wouldn't even take my coat off. Like I'd just be sitting ready to go, like in my coat. Like every class, I did not take my coat off. I would just sit in my coat or my jacket. Um, I like to be comfortable, and fall to me is like comfortable weather, right? Like I'm not like sweating, I'm not like stifling, humidity. There's like not that still stale air.
Mhm.
Um, so it's just like the perfect temperature to me. Like I said, the weather's breaking enough to do things I enjoy, like going for walks. I can't swim, so I would say going to the pool, but even just like sitting by the pool, like getting in the water. Normally, the water's a little bit like chillier because the sun's not hitting it directly all day, even though, again, we're in North Carolina, so take that with a grain of salt. Um, but like reading my Kindle, like next to the pool, like I can comfortably do it. It's not like boiling. Um, I like gardening, which is more like a summer thing. You have like veggies you can plant like in the fall or whatever, but
It's not the same.
it isn't. It isn't. It just hit different when you could like go out on your patio and like your drawers and a t-shirt with your watering can. But when it's kind of windy out, it's 65 when you wake up. You're like, all right, not too much.
And now I'm concerned because
Um,
I'm like, did my plants freeze last night?
right, right. I'm just like, okay, and I'm not bringing them inside because again, bugs. I'm like, you
Right.
don't lived outside all summer, and I'm supposed to bring you in my house.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah. You
So you gotta die out there. Like this is where your journey ends on this patio. Um, but yeah, I'd say fall is probably my favorite season. I could do without the like pumpkin, cappuccino, iced coffee, the UGG girls. Like I could do without it. I could do without it. Because like I don't really care for like those flavors. But I just like the vibe, the same way I like the vibe around Christmas time, where it's just like that, like it's just a certain feeling you get around Christmas time. Fall is just a certain vibe attached to fall. It's cozy, it's comfy, it's like spooky movies, it's blankets, like it's warm.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, I'd probably say fall, autumn is my favorite season.
Do you have a least favorite season?
I'd probably say winter on account of I hate being cold.
Okay.
Again, I love Christmas, but I hate being cold. I hate, like, I'm physically uncomfortable when I'm cold. I'm restless because I want to be warm. I avoid going outside if it's cold outside. So I would probably say winter. We don't really get snow here, thankfully, but like when I lived in New York, where we got upstate, where we got snow all the time, ice all the time, forever, like will not melt for nothing. Oh my God. Like I could not take it. So winter's definitely more tolerable here. But I probably still say winter is my least favorite season. Unfortunately, because again, my birthday is in winter, but
Hmm.
I can't take it.
Yeah, I am not a winter girl at all. And even outside of me not liking the feeling, my body will literally start to shut down if I'm outside too long in
Yes.
the cold. I have to wear earmuffs, not like the over the head ones, but the ones that kind of go behind your neck
Okay.
and hold on to you, like the ones that you kind of like run with. I have
Yes.
to wear those pretty much every time I go outside because my ears will start to hurt. I don't know if it's like the
Yeah.
chill or what, but like I have to keep my ears covered. So there's that. My hands will, I don't know if y'all have seen Frozen, but I think someone like got struck by ice or something and they like froze or whatever. That's how
Yeah.
it feels. That's what feels like it's happening inside my body. I can't like move my hands or anything. And then the most embarrassing thing is if I'm outside for too long and I'm like too cold, it's like I start melting. My nose just starts running. I'm like shivering. But then the most embarrassing thing is like the way my fingers will just kind of stiffen up and just die. My lips will do the same thing. I it's like if you get some type of like work done on your teeth and they numb
Mhm.
you and you can't really talk because you can't feel your lips. That's what it feels like, and that's exactly how I sound. I'm slurring my words. Pe- and it's so embarrassing because people will be looking at me like, "What? Is she
Oh
okay?"
no.
Yeah, so it's not my season. But
Yeah, my eyes tear in the winter.
unlike you, though, even though I don't really look forward to the fall, and I did just complain about the festivities, I think that participating in those actually makes me feel better. So
Yeah.
even though I do not necessarily like that it's going to get cooler, I do like that there is something for me to connect myself to. Part of the allure of summer is that it's just carefree and wild. But there's also a certain amount of ambiguity when you have that much freedom. So
Yeah.
when you do have something to more so adhere to, it is, at least for me, fun to be able to participate in something and feel like it's
Right.
like a cultural thing. So I think I might, do a little clothing spree, and I'm trying to
Okay.
decide if I want to decorate this apartment because I never do, and then I get upset. But I'm like, it's kind of expensive to like really deck it out.
Yes. And what sucks is like when the cheaper stores drop like Dollar Tree and like Dollar Tree Plus and Five Below, like they have fall stuff like a month and a half ago.
Hmm.
So all the like people who are like on top of decorating like wipe them out. Like they had these like velvet pumpkins that were in all these pretty colors. They like in 2 weeks, like everything was gone. So you have to be like on top of it. But like Hobby Lobby sometimes will have like cute stuff, but it can get expensive trying to decorate like your entire apartment.
Right. Okay, well, we've been talking about the seasons for a while. I'm trying to look at our notes. Let's see. Hmm.
My chair is so squeaky and it wasn't squeaky the other day, so that sucks.
I was going to talk about this show that I saw, this post-apocalyptic show, but I feel like I've been pretty apocalyptic this episode, so I don't know if I really want to talk about it. Um, I mean, okay, actually, I won't. I'll leave that for another time so it doesn't get too heavy and I don't keep killing the vibe. In the notes, we have like a little section where it's like just general random chit chat things. It is honestly just where I go to put like a lot of random shit that I want to talk about that has no topic, just random. What about this? So I'm
Yeah.
gonna just pick one or two.
Uh, two.
Okay. Okay. So this is a two-part question.
Okay.
The first level is it acceptable to eat untoasted Pop Tarts?
Is this by untoasted? Is that like not putting it in a toaster?
Like how you will go to the store and buy a box of Pop Tarts and it comes in that foil container or packaging.
Yeah.
If you take that package and then you open it and then you just eat the Pop Tart like that, that's what I mean. Like raw.
Yeah.
That's
That's how
acceptable to
I
you?
eat my Pop Tarts.
Wow.
Yeah. I have never put Pop Tarts in a toaster
What?
ever in my life.
Why?
Are you only allowed to toast the ones that don't have icing? Because I'd imagine that the icing would melt in a toaster.
No, it doesn't.
Iced Pop Tarts with like the frosting on it doesn't melt in the toaster.
Yeah. I get the strawberry Pop Tarts all the time. Or that not all the time, but like when I do get Pop
Yeah,
Tarts.
I have never toasted a Pop Tart. I know they sell those toaster strudels.
Yeah.
I've never eaten those because I don't like jam and jelly and filling personally. But like the brown sugar cinnamon Pop Tarts, yeah, I just rip the pack open and eat them raw.
That's disgusting to me. That's
I've never toasted Pop Tarts in my life. I might like pop them in the microwave to warm them up a little bit. Um, there was like a cookie dough one I want to say. I've like warmed those up in the microwave like a little bit because the filling tasted weird when it was cold. But I have never put Pop Tarts in the toaster
have you ever heard of
ever.
people doing that?
No, I wonder if that's a North Carolina thing.
No, 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 no. Don't do that. It's not a North
Oh,
Carolina thing.
oh,
The reason why it's not a North Carolina thing is because there will be toasters that have a like how some toasters will have maybe like a bagel setting, all in yada yada yada, so you don't like over toast it, under toast it. Some toasters will have
right.
a Pop Tart setting. I don't use them because it's not cooked enough for me, but it's a thing. It's a thing, and I think in the commercials, they like. I mean, they say you can like also eat it just like regular, but it is like a thing to
Yeah.
even to the company to put it in the toaster. I think it is so gross to just open a raw Pop Tart and put it in your
Yeah.
mouth. To me,
Yeah.
that's like opening a package of kielbasa sausage and then just biting into
Please.
it like that.
Not too much. Not too much. Please.
Do you?
Please. So what?
What flavors? What flavor Pop Tarts do you eat?
I haven't had Pop Tarts in a while, honestly, but the brown sugar cinnamon I like. Um, I want to say there was a cookie dough one that I liked, and that's about it.
Hmm.
Maybe like cookies and cream. I haven't had a Pop Tart in a while, like a long,
Yeah,
long time.
they're
The
really
strawberry
expensive.
ones I don't eat because I do not like strawberry or berries of any kind. So
Okay, that's the
I'm
only
not,
one that I will eat.
absolutely not.
Earlier this year,
Strawberry always does too much for me. Like I'm just like relax. Like
classic.
strawberry stuff to me tastes like they're trying to parade it. It's like okay, it's like you have a bucket of fried chicken dumped out, and like a poodle like siddles up next to it, and they're like I too am this chicken. That's how I feel about strawberry flavor things. Like not too much. It be OD on the strawberry. I'm like relax, relax. Like it'd be so annoying. Like even like strawberry ice cream,
Oh
it's
yeah.
never just like a cheap artificially flavored strawberry. Like they gotta have the strawberry pieces and the strawberry
Yeah.
swirls, and I'm like, you're doing literally too much. Literally
You
too
don't have to prove
much.
anything to me. I know you're strawberry.
Like
The strawberry Pop Tarts are different.
oh my
Um,
god,
so the second part of this question, the thing also is with me and Chanel, I feel like very rarely will we passionately agree on food. Like,
this is true.
and
This is
that's the
true.
same thing with me and my mom. My mom likes really sour things. I hate sour tart stuff. Chanel loves sour tart things.
What sucks too is I have a horrible memory. Kris came by my house one day and I make these like slushies. And I made her this like sour slushy, like completely forgetting that she does not like sour things. I'm like, oh, like, do you like this? And she's like, ah.
And I don't know, because I saw it was green, so I figured, oh, it's like a green apple. And sometimes green apple is kind of tart, but
Tart,
I
yeah,
just wasn't thinking of that. I was thinking, oh, it's a slushy. Yeah, sure. And the thing also is
yeah.
like, I don't like, the only cold thing that I like is my apartment. Cold stuff in general, whether I'm
Please,
physical. So
please.
like, I don't like ice cream. I don't like ice cream cake. I think that's an abomination. I don't like
Oh my god, Carvel ice cream cake. The
I don't
chocolate
like
crunchies in it. Oh
popsicles.
my god.
I don't, so like slushies, like I will never go out of my way to get a slushy. Like if I had to
Yeah.
choose between lukewarm water and an icy, I would take the water. I don't
Oh,
know.
you're wild for that. You're
I don't
wild
like
for
good
that.
stuff.
I used to
Uh,
live next to a Sheetz, and the whole summer I would walk to it and get a slushie and a donut
that's what I like about
religiously,
summer.
religiously. Like,
Wait, were you in North Carolina?
hmm
Oh, okay.
yeah, he stood for me. Yeah, because I don't think there's a Sheetz in New York. I don't think we have Sheetz, but
Okay.
some damn slushies are gonna do it for me every time when it's hot boots out. Oh my goodness. I'm like, take all the hydration left in my body, sugar. Take every last drop. My nutritionist is watching this like, a word.
So the second part to the Pop Tart debate is: are people who eat unfrosted Pop Tarts going to hell? And the answer is yes. And then the other question is, should they? And the answer is also yes. But I want to hear your
I
opinion.
don't think I've ever eaten an unfrosted Pop Tart. I don't think I knew that was a thing.
It
Like I
is.
had asked about the icing because I'm just like I would assume icing melts in a toaster. I mean, but I feel like I it makes sense to me to toast the unfrosted Pop Tart because there's no icing outside and it won't melt off. But I've never eaten an unfrosted one, and I don't think I might have seen an unfrosted one once. What is the purpose? I mean, to less sugar, like fat free teas.
I don't know. And it irritates the hell out of me. It bothers me so much.
Yeah.
To me, an unfrosted Pop Tart is as if someone was like, hey, it's your birthday. I'm going to make you a cake. And they put the cake on the little cake tray thingy and they put the cover on it. And they're like, here's your surprise cake. And you take the cake top off to reveal the cake. And it's literally just cake. Just the cake. No icing on it, just the cake. That is what
Yeah.
a frosted Pop Tart
I
is
mean,
to me.
but it has icing inside, right?
I don't know. I imagine it does. Actually,
I think it does.
let's
Yeah.
see.
I mean, it has to. Regular Pop Tarts have the filling, and then the frost is like outside. So
But
I
I've never
imagine it still has the filling inside.
but it's like what filling would it be? Because Pop Tart has like a million and one flavors. And I know I mostly will just see all the
Yeah.
flavors
So
we
like, if
have,
it was
but
like, yeah, if it was like brown sugar cinnamon unfrosted, it'll still have the like filling that the frosted ones have, except no icing on the outside. I think that's what that is.
the only ones I'm seeing that are unfrosted are strawberry, brown sugar, cinnamon. This looks like a fucking graham cracker. This is so nasty to me.
I'm so weak.
I in general do not like when companies do too much with the fucking flavors. Unless it's spicy shit, like
Oh my God, Oreos, Oreos, we're adding you. Yeah, Lay's,
exactly.
relax. Not too
Literally.
much.
Why? Why?
I'm
All
like,
these
you
flavors.
guys are acting like cheap ass, dirty ass peeps. You know how peeps used to just be like, oh, you see a little like, oh, a little peep, a little bird on Easter. Why they got snowman peeps? Why they got pumpkin peeps? Why they got Christmas tree shaped peeps? Not too much.
Like
Not too
seriously.
much. I'm like, that's what y'all acting like. Y'all act like y'all cost 50 cents a pack, and I don't like that. Like Oreos be like, oh yeah, and now with banana pudding cream in it. We didn't ask you for that. You either stuff it or double stuff it, and that's it. Simple. I
Like
like the Oreo thins personally. I like it light and thin. But I'm like, enough. What are you trying to prove?
I
Relax.
I hate it. I hate it. The only time I'll really be interested in a spin-off flavor is if it's spicy.
Right.
So this summer, for whatever reason, the people over at Flamin' Hot were just collabing, okay, with everyone. Doritos, Lay's, uh, was it well, it's either Seven Up or Mountain Dew. Like that was a
I
thing.
was just gonna say it was like a spicy Mountain Dew or something.
Flamin' Hot everything. Um,
Those damn new hires.
they're
They was
like,
like, you
oh,
want to collab? Like, no, we Chips Ahoy. We don't want to collab. Not too much. Like,
yeah, you the only time I'll like really be into something having a little twist is if it's spicy, but in
yeah.
general, especially if it's sweet, I don't like the spin-offs. I don't like the spin-offs. Do you like
Yeah.
animal crackers?
Animal crackers?
Yeah.
I do.
Okay. See, when you said
We
that you don't toast Pop-Tarts, I was like, she likes animal crackers.
I do like animal crackers. I can't even hold you. Like certain brands taste better than others, like anything. Um, but I do like them. I can't even hold you. I also, Kris hates the scene in Matilda with the cake. When I tell you that cake looks so good to me, like I want that cake in a mug so I can just put ice cream on it warm. Like Kris hates it, but I'm not really a cake person. I like a good icing to cake ratio, and I prefer my treats like fudgier. Like I like crumble cookies. Some people don't. They're like it's too doughy.
Mhm.
I like a soft center. Like my brownies, I like them soft. I like to be able to scoop
Yeah.
them. My cookies, like I like soft, like borderline, like falling apart mushiness. So that cake to me is, I'm like chef's kiss. Like the
Yeah.
way Miss Trunchbull would be like, eat the cake, and I'd be like, and will and is like thanks.
I think what got me about that scene when I was a kid was I think I've said it before. I think I realized it
Yeah,
this summer was like gluttony
I was
just
just gonna say
grosses
that.
me
Hmm.
out.
Yeah,
And it has nothing to do with like the kid being like pudgy and him like eating like the cake and everything. It's really just like anyone who just to me is doing the fucking most. And it could be because I have
yeah,
a small appetite, but like I have a friend who can eat an entire pizza, like large pizza to themselves, and that is
yeah,
so gross to me. People
yeah,
and like with guys, I like a guy with a good appetite, but y'all like I like giants. I prefer
yeah,
giants. So I know they're going to eat a little extra than I do. And I also
yeah,
like them because they'll finish the food that I rarely ever finish completely.
yeah,
So I expect, if a guy is 6'3", 6'5", 6'6", God willing, he's probably gonna go in for, if not second, another like his first plate, then half a plate, right? So that
right.
I don't mind. I like a guy with like a healthy little appetite. But when you're going for seconds and thirds and you're still it it grosses me out. It perplexes me because I'm thinking, where is it going? I'm
I mean,
upset.
in skinny guys, I know exactly where it's going, but you would hate the Nathan's like hot dog eating contest. I don't know if you've heard of it.
I've
But
seen
like they used to show it on the news in New York, like when on the day, and the
yes.
way they like dip the hot dogs in water to help them go down easy so
Yes.
the bread don't get stuck. You would literally be retching watching it because it is. I mean, it's gluttony at its finest. Like, why are you eating 100 hot dogs? Why hot dogs? Hot dogs. Yuck.
And I like hot dogs.
I like a good chicken hot dog. Don't get me wrong. Chicken only, Gwaltney. Gwaltney, you want to sponsor us? Cause I got you. I need hot dogs now as we speak. Hit me up. Um, but I don't do no greasy beef ones. Nathan's, I like your fries, but not too much. I don't do no greasy hot dogs. But yeah, they just be like throwing them back. I'm like, okay, are you actually okay?
Hmm.
It's concerning. Well, not concerning,
You
but
don't really like crispy stuff though, do you?
I do not like y'all. The way I love a good soggy French fries, like the wilted, the more wilted, the better.
Please.
The more wilted, the better. When I was younger, someone was like, you know that um the soft, mushy brown fries are old potatoes. Okay, and I like old potatoes. What do you want to fight about it? What? I like them. I love them. Like literally, like if someone's like putting their soggy fries to the side, I'm bringing them to my side because I like them. They're the best. They're the underdogs. I want those. I want those. They are
Yeah.
my favorite. I hate crunchy French fries. I like crunchy chicken. I hate crunchy French fries.
Hmm.
I don't like crunchy cookies.
Right.
Um, Even my cereal, like Captain Crunch, for example, the plain ones, the red box, not too much. It has to be a good ratio of like soft to crunchy.
Yeah.
More soft than crunchy, like 60%. I was actually watching, funnily enough, this Kendrick Lamar like short on YouTube, and he was like, it gotta be like 60% soggy and like 40%. He was eating fruity pebbles. But for me, a cereal like Captain Crunch, it got to be like 60-40, where like it got like a little bite to it, but
Hmm.
it's not like wrecking the roof of my mouth.
Right.
Um, so yeah, I like soggy French fries. My hot dog even like I like it like browned, but I don't want no charred. I don't want it to seem like my hot dog fell through the grill slats onto the charcoal and you handed it to me because I'm gonna
That's
be upset.
that's what I want. If that shit is
No.
not black, don't give it to me.
If I wanted to lick the grill, I just lick the grill. But please don't actually hand me charcoal and be like, yeah, here you go, get the mustard. I'm not. I'm not. I just refuse.
I don't like crispy sweet things. Like I don't
Mm.
like crispy cookies. I feel like I'm eating a fucking hockey
Uh,
puck. I don't like crispy
right.
brownies.
Same.
But crispy savory stuff where like it should quote unquote be crispy or like where it's more so like expected for it to be crispy, like
Right.
fries or like nachos, chicken,
Onion rings.
onion rings. Like they can be soft, but the when it's like breaded or something, the point is not for it to be like super soft. It's like,
Oh,
like
of course. Of course.
unlike with a delectable pastry or a cookie or a dessert, it's like you're not supposed to fight against it. It's supposed to just like just become just melt in your
Right.
mouth. But anyway, I could talk about burnt hot dogs all day. My niggas who get it. Okay. Is there
I
anything
don't.
else?
She don't.
Is there anything else you want to talk about before we wrap up?
No. Do you want to use a card to wrap up?
Yeah, I'm just getting a little something something. Okay, I'm gonna pick this time. I don't know why I'm closing my eyes. Oh,
With
I'm
the
gonna.
eyes closed, the way you look like you do readings with the wrap on and the closed eyes.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
I'm scared.
so y'all, the cards have a little instructions card. Oh my gosh, this lighting. Oh wow. What time is it? Oh, wow, it's 5:30 already. Um, so the cards have a little instruction card called how to play. There's like 4 steps, but we always forget to actually look at the instructions beforehand. So we only do step 1, which is pick a card at random, which we did. And then you have to answer the question quickly, honestly, and on reflex. The cards themselves are called reflex for that reason. So I'm gonna tell you, Chanel, since I actually already saw it, I'll figure that out later. Okay, so for you, remember quickly, honestly, on reflex. Ready?
Okay.
Describe sex with you in 3 words.
Um,
Pop, pop, pop.
I'd say intimate. I'd say passionate. I'd say slow.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know if I should answer that one since I looked at it. Can you read this, or is it backwards?
I can read it. When was the last time you said I love you and lied?
Oh yikes! I got a bad one. Um, and lied.
Reflex. Reflex.
I can't think of anything, and I lied. Um,
Have you ever said I love you to anyone and it was like a lie?
I'm trying to think about the people I've said I love you to. Let me see. Parents. Um, the closest thing I can think of is if I say I love you begrudgingly, whereas like, yeah,
Ah,
like
fair.
I love you
Like
in
after a fight.
general, but right now I don't particularly like you and I don't really feel that love. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, not all the time, but like it's not a weird emotion or feeling for me
Yeah.
to kind of withdraw. But yeah, probably like with my parents for sure. Growing up, be
Right.
like, "Hey, I love you." I'm like, "But do you? But do you?"
Right.
Um,
So act like it.
like there was a phase that I went through when I was in 7th grade where I was kind of going through my dark phase, and whenever my parents would say "I love you," I'd be like, "Ditto." So maybe
Oh
that's the
my
time. I don't
God.
know if that counts or not, but yeah, I mean, I have kind of withheld the "I love yous," but I don't think I've ever lie to someone about
Yeah.
loving them because I don't typically tell people that,
Right, right.
at least not seriously. If y'all are out here lying about loving people, y'all got to get that situated. I can't hang out with y'all. That's kind
See
of weird.
killing. See somebody.
Like we gotta talk about that. But
Y'all
anyway,
ruining lives.
I guess we'll go ahead and close off, y'all. I know this was a super random, super chatty podcast episode. We talked a lot about the weather for whatever reason.
Ended.
Um, so I can close this off. Chanel, please offer support because I suck at closing things off, and I feel like I'm going to forget something. Bye, y'all. Catch us on Wednesdays. Fingers crossed this time. Catch us on Wednesdays
Please.
on is it the
Please.
21st this week? Hopefully when y'all see this, it is this is posted on September 21st, hopefully.
Yeah.
So catch us on Wednesdays, hopefully moving forward consistently. You can find us on most platforms that have podcasts. We are not ever promising that we are on all because we don't know if they are. I think we're still trying to
And
figure out
don't.
who. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yep, just,
So yeah.
where you find it. So,
Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts. We also have a YouTube channel by the same name, Brown Babe Field Notes, if you want to actually see our faces, our lovely faces, and connect with us more. Comment and subscribe, like, share, all the sweet things.
right. We also have an Instagram in theory. It is empty. So, um,
Heavy on in theory.
so yeah, it's there if y'all want to just, follow to
Hmm.
follow. But yeah, so that's where you guys can find us. That's when you can find us. And we will see you guys next week.
Yes. Adios.
Bye.